Okay, so new article on the Nective blog. Wanted to talk through a real quick process about how to create FAQs at scale using Screaming Frog plus the OpenAI API. If you do this, you'll get an output like this where you can actually go through all of your different landing pages and get suggested FAQs for each one. It's going to cut down a lot of the work, and then you can pass to copywriter, someone for human review, but you can actually get content that's going to be better for SEO and AI search at scale. Read this article from Chris Green. It talks about why FAQ content is potentially really powerful for AI search because it self-contains the content and is generally really dense, generally leaving like really high semantic similarity scores just in the FAQ section itself. So it's really powerful for optimizing for ChatGPT, Google's AI mode when they launch it. So here's the process. So let's say we were Kit, right? And we said, hey, we want to go through our landing pages and actually create FAQ content at the bottom. We have these long landing pages, but at the bottom, there's no FAQ content. Like, how do we go and like get a V1 using the Screaming Frog crawler? So I'm going to go ahead and open up Screaming Frog. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to configuration, API access, and then you'll actually get to this AI section right here. And then you'll go to prompt configuration. So in the article I wrote, I actually have a sample prompt that you can use. It's going to say something along the lines of read the page text and do two different things, create 5 questions about the content, and then also write the answer to each question, keep them succinct, below 5 sentences in general. So I'll go ahead and in the prompt config box, I'll go ahead and add that. Go ahead and add that there. If you want to test, which I recommend you do, you'll actually grab a URL from the URL you want to test, click this play button right here, and then you'll actually hit the test button, and then what it will do is it'll actually show you, hey, here's like what the prompt request was, what we sent to OpenAI, right? And it's going to actually like give the text. It's actually going to give you a prompt here, and then actually give all the text on the sample landing page if it's performing it right. And then you actually see like, hey, here's the actual OpenAI response. You can kind of edit and say, like, hey, does this make sense? You can test different models. I tested Gemini, and the results weren't great, so OpenAI is what we ended up going with. So I'll say that looks good. And you want to go ahead and then go ahead and take the home page here. You'll go ahead and plug that into Screaming Frog, and then you'll go ahead and wait for it to crawl. It will obviously go through, crawl the resources like it would a standard crawl. And then what you'll do is right down here at the very bottom, you'll see this AI tab, and typically for any AI instructions you give it, that's where it's going to live. And then you'll go ahead and type this FAQ section, and then here you can see that it starts to go through the pages and starts to form these FAQs. And like I said, generally it does a pretty good job. When I've been testing different models, ChatGPT or OpenAI's API was much stronger, and you can just see how quickly it's actually starting to go through and create those FAQs. So if you want to do FAQs using AI content, I think it's a better use case for it. This is a really strong process. It'll actually help you use Screaming Frog to do that. You can generate a lot of FAQs in just 5-10 minutes worth of time.